Hey guys, today we'll be making an adorable 4th of July deco mesh wreath with items from the dollar store. What you will need: I have an adorable sign for the center. I have an 18-inch wreath ring. They also come in 14-inch wreath rings. Chanel stems, red, white, and blue deco mesh. My red deco mesh, I'm actually using some from Hobby Lobby, but they definitely have red, white, and blue at Dollar Tree. I have adorable ribbon, which I may use a little bit later. I haven't decided yet. Scissors and a hot glue gun. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is place my stems. I'm going to use 2 stems for each of my 8 sections for a total of 16 stems. And I'm going to use full stems just because it's going to be easier to place my mesh that way. Placing them on the outer 2 rings and twisting it a couple of times. And I'm going to alternate. So then I will come to the inner 2 rings, twist my stem, just like that, back to the outer 2, and just alternate all the way around. Like I said, I am going to use a full Chanel stem, just because using a half Chanel stem is it won't give me much stem to work with when I'm placing my mesh. So this is just going to be a little easier and more convenient for me. But if you want to save on Chanel stems, you can definitely use half of a Chanel stem. It will just be a little more work to place the mesh. Alright, so I'm going to get all of my stems in place, and then we will start placing our deco mesh. Alright, so I have all of my stems in place. Now I'm going to start placing my mesh. I think I'm actually going to try all 3 colors. See what that looks like. I've used 2 before, but I don't know for sure if I've tried 3. So let's see how this looks. So I have my red, white, and blue layered one on top of the other. I'm going to fold the end to a nice little point. I like to start on the outer ring and go all the way around and then work my way to the inner ring. So I'm going to place my mesh, twist it a couple of times. And this is going to be a little more difficult because we have 3 rows to work with here. Okay. We're going to make a loop. And then place it in the next outer stem. So if you guys notice, I'm leaving the inner stems for when I come back around, and I'm only going to place in the outer stems. And as you make your loops, just try to make them as uniform as possible. They don't have to be like 100% the same, but just as close as you can get them. Make another loop. Place it in the next outer stem. And I'm just going to continue doing this all the way around the outer ring. Alright, so I've come back to my starting point. I'm going to just make one more loop and place it on my starting stem. Just like that. And I can either cut the mesh and start over on the inner ring, or I can just continue on. I've done both ways, but this time I think I'm just going to cut the mesh because I don't know if it's enough to go around the entire inner ring. And just tuck that away. And I think I want to switch it up and place the white on the top for the inner ring. So I just adjusted my colors, roll it to a nice little point, and we're going to start on the inner ring. And I'm going to make the inner loops slightly smaller than the outer loops. Alright, so I have completed both the inner and outer rings. What I'm going to do now is just separate the layers. If you want to keep them, together, you can definitely do that. But I like to separate them that way all of the colors are visible. Now I'm going to take 8-inch long pieces of mesh, 8 inches, and roll it to a cute little curl. You can also roll it at a diagonal, kind of like this. I think I'll probably do a diagonal because it kind of reminds me of fireworks. You can go with 1, 2, or 3 pieces, place it in your stem, and twist it a couple of times just to give it a little extra flair. Since I use so much mesh for the loops, I think I'm just going to go with a single piece of mesh in each stem. I'm going to alternate the colors. Rolling it at a diagonal, scrunching it, and placing it in the center. Twisting it a couple of times, and I'm going to go ahead and tuck away my stems because I don't think I'm going to add anything else. And I'm just going to repeat these steps all the way around my wreath. Again, if you want to add 3 or 4 bundles in each section, you are free to do so. Also ribbon. You can add some ribbon. You can take your mesh, roll it at a diagonal, take a piece of ribbon, crisscross, and scrunch, and then just place them together on your stem, just like that. But I'm going to get all of my mesh placed first and then decide if I want to add the ribbon in the end. Alright, so I have all of my mesh in place. It looks so cute and precious already. You can definitely add more mesh if you choose to do so. You can add ribbon, any other embellishments you'd like. You can honestly leave it like this because this looks so cute and precious already. But we are going to add our final touch, which is going to be our adorable sign for the center. Alright, so I'm just removing the top hanger. I'm going to take 2 chenille stems and twist them together for the top. And 2 for the bottom. And I just want to make sure I have enough stem hanging off the side to where I can easily attach it to my wreath. And I'm just going to use the hot glue gun to glue my stems in place. Just like that, and we're going to attach it to our wreath. Alright, so we're going to place our sign in the center, but what I like to do is kind of push my mesh outward so that my sign doesn't cover too much of it. Okay. And once I have it snugly in place, I'm going to just push my mesh aside to find my ring and loop my stem a couple of times. And then replace my mesh. I'm going to do this for all 4 stems. And I just adjust and maneuver one final time. Once I have all of my stems in place, I want to make sure that I fill any gaps or spaces. Looks so cute and precious. I'm going to just finish it here because I think this is so adorable. But again, if you want to go all out and add in, I don't know, stars, anything that you'd like, you can definitely do so. Just have fun with it and make it your own. But it's so cute, simple, and easy to make. This entire wreath can be made for less than $10. So cute.